Hey guys, as I mentioned in my last video, I've spent some time playing The Sims 4 Adventure Awaits, and obviously you don't need a review because you already know everything. I did want to give you an update on The Sims 4 and I though, because remember how I said I didn't hate it anymore? Actually, I said as much, which good, because I do still hate it. And this expansion pack just reminded me why I never got into The Sims 4 like that to begin with. And it has nothing to do with the loading screens or the fact that I thought it would be a good idea to make a drinking game out of them and spend about 2 days hungover. So here go 10 things I hate about The Sims 4. Number 1, the constant ads. Obviously, I saw them a couple weeks ago, but I figured they were only there to catch me up because I hadn't played or updated the game in such a long time. Like, you've missed this, we came out with that, which would have been fine. But now, over 2 weeks later, it's still doing the same thing, and it's just annoying. But that's not even the worst part. The worst part is it worked. Like, at first, I sat here talking about as if. 2 weeks later, I own Horse Ranch and a bunch of other crap that I can't name because I never wanted it, but they kept showing it to me. Number 2, create a sim. I know most people love it, but it's just too much for me. Like I said before, I already don't like creating sims in this game because I don't like the drag and pull situation. But besides that, there's just too much of everything. Traits, likes and dislikes, turn on and turn offs, aspirations, pronouns, sexual orientation, hairstyles, and clothes. Then on top of the clothes, there are outfit categories. Like, was it really necessary to split outerwear into hot and cold weather outfits? And then there are clothing type categories: t-shirts, blouses, tank tops, long dresses, short dresses, just for you to find a short dress buried in between the long dresses. And that goes for the hairstyles as well. And then what is this about? Like, what if they're crop jeans? Number 3, worlds. Yeah, I don't know, but the worlds are given big, absolutely not energy. They're too small and yet somehow empty. You can't edit them the way you want. You can't interact with most of the buildings. You see the same townies walking around aimlessly. The silence, the food stalls, the vending machines, the loading screens, and the karaoke bars. What is up with that? No matter where you go, there's a damn karaoke bar, as if that's what every town, world, needs instead of, I don't know, a grocery store maybe? Number 4, cars. Yep. And while I obviously agree that they aren't necessary to go anywhere, I want them for the same reason people wanted brooms for spellcasters. Like, for me, it just doesn't make sense for Sims to be rich and live in mansions without garages and not own a single car, let alone walk everywhere. And yes, I'm looking at you, Judith. So I don't try to make rich Sims. Like, I like the working class where there's not enough money for a car, or like in this case with this family, in an apartment in the city, which to me is another plausible explanation of why they wouldn't own a car, even though Sims in the city do own cars. Like, there are cars all over the place. So it's not like they don't exist in their world. It's just that your Sims can't have them, and that's just twisted. Number 5, interactions. I mean, obviously there's too many, but even if they hadn't added so many slightly different versions of the same exact thing, then it would still be a mess to navigate because they constantly reset. Like, one moment, the interaction is right there. The next moment, it's buried 5 dicks deep. Sorry. The next moment, it's buried 5 clicks deep. It just doesn't seem logical or helpful. And your Sims will probably die of old age before you find the interaction you were looking for. Number 6, the weight gain. Like, this is what my Sims look like when I made them, and this is what they look like now. And it's not a bad look per se, but it's just not how I made them. So now I have them work out, which, granted, gives me a reason to try like that new fitness equipment. But once they start working out, they either become too skinny or too muscular. Like, there's no way to maintain the body shape your Sims had when you first made them. Even if you make them eat nothing but salads all day, every day. Because unlike the other games, the weight gain system doesn't actually follow a system. At least not in a way that we could keep track of it. So why even bother including it? Number 7, same face syndrome. And I don't mean me making Sims that look the same over and over again. Anyway, what happened was that I started a family and God, I just love infants and toddlers in this game. But I did age them up faster than I normally would because I wanted to try actual features of this expansion pack. So I aged them up, and then I look down here at the pictures, and I'm like, they all look exactly the same. And okay, in this case, they are related, so it makes sense for the kids to somewhat resemble each other and their parents, but the mom and dad shouldn't look that much alike. It's like I just can't stand those little pictures. And hell, even the portraits or whatever you call these, because everyone looks the same in them as well. And that's one of the things I can't unsee anymore. Number 8, leaving a home lot. Like I said, I aged my Sims children up to, children. And then I realized another thing I never liked about how leaving the home lot within a household of multiple Sims is handled. I wanted to send my children to one of the new playgrounds, obviously. But I can't without bringing the whole family, because if I leave, it's like I'm taking their artificial intelligence right with me. I've never had a Sim gain a single skill point, and every time I come back, they're passing out, peeing themselves, and starving next to a perfectly good fridge. Number 9, emotions. There's just so much to say about them. Actually, no. They suck, the end. But especially the flirty one, because it just seems so inappropriate. Not that an energized Sim randomly doing push-ups isn't inappropriate, but the flirty mood emotion just borders on creepy. Especially when they're dealing with children. I hired a nanny, and guess what mood he came in? I sent my children to camp. Guess what mood the counselor was in? And I wouldn't even have known if it wasn't for the stupid bar up here, which is why I really wish it didn't exist. And the same thing goes for the portraits of Sims in your household. Like, looking at these while they're in the middle of family dinner is just not it. Number 10, the pop-ups. Like, the screen is already way too busy for my taste. You have what? Quests and events, I guess, over here. Notifications there. Then the phone rings, the calendar flashes, something lights up down here. And it just feels like the game is constantly begging for attention or something. Then the likes and dislikes. Family dynamics. Now formative moments. The this, the that, and more. Even though it doesn't matter what you choose, because your Sim will do what they all do anyway. And that's it. 10 things I hate about The Sims 4. Or 10 reasons I'm a dumbass for trying The Sims 4 over and over again, because I've hated most of those things ever since I played the game for the first time, and they're not going anywhere. Like, The Sims 4 has definitely had a glow up, and there are things I really, really like about it, but it's the foundation, like the way it was built with mechanics like emotions, that suck the fun out of it for me. But that's okay, because as I was sitting here, bitching and complaining, whining and wailing, moaning and groaning, I'm done. I realized that I don't have to love The Sims 4. I don't have to play The Sims 4. I can easily go back to the game that I really love, which is The Sims 3, of course. And I know most of you think that's because of the open world, but that's not true. Like, there's so many things I love about The Sims 3. I could name 20 things off the top of my head right now, but next time. Anyway, since I never know how to end these things, how old were you when you found out that working 9 to 5 doesn't mean working from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., but it means working 9 hours a day, 5 days a week? Because I just found that out and my mind is, take care, guys. See you soon.